What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Tenken. First up, we've got some serious heat coming from the gaming world as former Bethesda executive Hines and ex-PlayStation head Shawn Layden are speaking out. They're dropping some truth bombs about the inner tensions caused by subscription services like Game Pass, questioning if they truly support the developers who create the content we love. Are these services a golden ticket or a potential trap for smaller studios? We're breaking it all down. Next, we're shifting gears to a massive title that's got everyone hyped. Gearbox Software is finally unleashing Borderlands 4, and the return of the looter-shooter king is almost here. We've got the official release dates and launch times for PC and consoles. Get ready to lock and load, because this is the Borderlands experience you've been waiting for. And the gaming news keeps coming as we dive into the world of Hollow Knight Silksong. Team Cherry has just dropped the first patch notes for their incredibly successful title, which has already surpassed millions of players. We're talking bug fixes, balance adjustments, and how you can get access to these updates. Is your game ready for its next evolution? Finally, we're circling back to those subscription service debates with more insights from industry veterans. Shannon Lofties, former VP of Xbox Game Studios, is weighing in on how these models impact game sales and the creative decisions developers face. It's a complex issue with major implications for the future of gaming. Don't go anywhere, and make sure to smash that like button, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Gaming subscription paradox. Are we supporting creators or just the platforms? In an era dominated by subscription services like Xbox Game Pass, a crucial conversation is brewing about the true cost to game developers. While these platforms offer unprecedented access to a vast library of titles for players, industry veterans are raising alarms about the potential downsides for the creators themselves. Former Bethesda executive Hines ignited the discussion, bluntly stating that subscription services are worth jackass if they don't adequately support the developers who craft the games. He highlighted a critical imbalance. Some games thrive on the visibility these services provide, while others, particularly those from smaller studios, suffer from a drastic reduction in direct sales. This model, Hines argues, risks becoming unsustainable if the creators can't continue to make a living. Echoing these concerns, former PlayStation head Shawn Layden lent his voice to the debate, emphasizing the need for a healthier ecosystem. The tension, it seems, lies between creative ambition and the financial pressures of fitting into a subscription model. Developers might find themselves compromising their artistic vision to create games designed for long-term monetization, like live service titles, rather than pursuing more personal or innovative projects. Shannon Lofties, formerly of Xbox Game Studios, further elaborated on this point, noting that while some games find success on Game Pass, many others see their adoption come at the expense of traditional retail revenue. This creates a difficult internal conflict for developers, pushing them to design for the service's metrics rather than for their own creative fulfillment. The implications are far-reaching. Players enjoy the affordability and variety of subscription services, often getting day-one access to new releases. However, the long-term health of the gaming industry hinges on ensuring that the creators behind these experiences are fairly compensated and valued. As Hines suggests, more robust measures may be needed to protect developers from the potential financial fallout of being included on these platforms. Will the gaming landscape fundamentally shift to accommodate these new models, or will developers find a way to strike a better balance? And what does this mean for the next generation of consoles and games? Stay tuned as we explore the future of gaming, and get ready for a deep dive into the return of a legendary looter-shooter. Borderlands 4, the looter-shooter king returns with launch day details. Prepare yourselves, Vault Hunters. Gearbox Software has officially announced the release dates and times for the highly anticipated Borderlands 4, marking the grand return of the beloved looter-shooter franchise. After 6 years since Borderlands 3, the wait is almost over for a brand new mainline entry, packed with billions of weapons, new characters, and an epic campaign. Borderlands 4 is set to launch on September 11th, ushering in a new era of mayhem. For PC players, the adventure begins at 9 a.m. PT/12 p.m. ET. Console players on Xbox Series XS and PS5 will need to wait a bit longer, with the game unlocking at 9 p.m. PT on September 11th, which translates to midnight ET on September 12th. This staggered release ensures that players across different platforms and time zones can jump into the action as soon as possible. The game promises to be the pinnacle of any Borderlands experience, according to early previews. Players can expect 4 new Vault Hunters, a new world named Kairos, and a tyrannical ruler to overthrow. The core gameplay loop of intense co-op action and the hunt for legendary loot remains, with Gearbox promising an even deeper experience than before. The franchise, often credited with popularizing the looter-shooter genre, is set to redefine it once again with this latest installment. Beyond the main campaign, Borderlands 4 boasts an extensive endgame designed to keep players engaged long after they've defeated the final boss. Features like Ultimate Vault Hunter mode, challenging weekly contracts, and the new Moxie's big encore machine for boss farming are just the beginning. For the ultimate challenge, invincible bosses are slated for a later 2025 update, offering unparalleled difficulty and rewards. Previews have been overwhelmingly positive, with many critics hailing Borderlands 4 as a triumphant return to form. The game's performance on PC is also a key consideration, with demanding system requirements suggesting players should ensure their rigs are up to spec. Despite a hefty $69.99 price tag, pre-orders and launch day purchases come with the promise of an unforgettable looter-shooter experience, with special deals available for the Steam version. Will Borderlands 4 live up to the hype and reclaim its throne as the king of looter-shooters? The excitement is palpable, but how does it stack up against other major releases? Get ready for a deep dive into the latest patch notes for a game that's already taken the world by storm. Hollow Knight, Silksong drops first patch amidst record-breaking player numbers. Team Cherry's critically acclaimed Metroidvania, Hollow Knight. Silksong is celebrating massive success with over 5 million players already on board. To ensure the smoothest possible experience, the developers have just rolled out the game's first major patch, bringing essential bug fixes and subtle balance adjustments to the early game. Available now on PC via the public beta branch on Steam and GOG, and rolling out to all players mid-next week, patch 1028470 addresses a range of issues. Team Cherry assures players that all fixes will apply retroactively, so even if you've encountered a game-breaking bug, switching to the beta branch should resolve it. For those experiencing problems not yet listed, the team is actively working on a second patch, indicating their ongoing commitment to refining the gameplay. The patch notes focus heavily on stability and quality of life improvements. While the specifics are detailed in the community hub, the primary goal is to eliminate frustrating roadblocks and enhance the overall flow of the game. For players seeking an even greater challenge, the game also features a permadeath mode, Steel Soul, which can be unlocked early via cheat code, adding another layer of replayability to the already vast world of Farloam. The phenomenal reception of Hollow Knight. Silksong, even with its challenging gameplay, underscores the dedication of its player base. The question of whether players opted for Xbox Game Pass or purchased the game outright highlights the diverse ways fans are engaging with this highly anticipated title. This proactive approach to patching demonstrates Team Cherry's commitment to their community and the longevity of Silksong. With bug fixes and early game tweaks in place, players can now fully immerse themselves in the intricate world of Silksong. But what other major titles are on the horizon, and what are the industry giants saying about them? Prepare for a deep dive into the complex world of gaming subscriptions, as industry veterans reveal the hidden tensions they create. Gaming executives sound alarm on subscription service impact. The rapid growth of subscription services like Xbox Game Pass has become a dominant force in the gaming industry, but former executives are now voicing concerns about the hidden costs and internal conflicts these models create. The debate centers on whether these services truly reward the content creators who make them possible. Pete Hines, a former Bethesda executive, kicked off the discussion by stating that subscription services are worth jackass if they don't properly support the developers. He pointed out that while some games gain immense exposure, many smaller titles struggle to survive without direct sales. This raises questions about the long-term sustainability of a model that might not adequately compensate the creators whose work fuels the service. Adding to this, Shannon Lofties, a former VP at Xbox Game Studios, shared her perspective on LinkedIn. She confirmed that for many first-party Xbox developers, the adoption of Game Pass often comes at the expense of retail revenue. Lofties highlighted the weird inner tensions this creates, suggesting that games must be engineered for post-release monetization to succeed within this ecosystem, potentially influencing creative direction. These insights reveal a complex interplay between platform visibility and developer viability. While players benefit from access to a wide array of games at a lower cost, the pressure on developers to conform to the financial demands of subscription services could stifle innovation and artistic freedom. The discussion underscores a critical need to reevaluate how value is distributed within the gaming industry, ensuring that both platforms and creators can thrive. These industry debates highlight the evolving financial landscape of gaming. But what about the games themselves? Are there any new releases on the horizon that are already making waves? Get ready for the full breakdown of Borderlands 4's release, because the looter-shooter king is back. And that's a wrap on today's gaming news. We heard from industry legends like Hines and Shawn Layden about the complex impact of subscription services on developers. We got the full scoop on the Borderlands 4 release dates, making sure you know exactly when to jump back into the looter-shooter madness. Plus, we celebrated Hollow Knight, Silksong's massive success and its first crucial patch. Don't miss out on any of the action. Hit that like button, subscribe to Tenken for all your gaming updates, ring that notification bell so you're always in the know, and let us know in the comments which story you're most excited about. Follow us on all social platforms for even more gaming content.